My name is Gilbert. I'm getting old. I'm 74 years old. My hair is snow white. Even though my body is weak, I can remember everything. A little shake goes through my hands. I live by myself in a house that is quiet and full of memories. I have a kid. There are sounds from the past all over the walls. You can call her Hannah. She is the only child I have. She's smart and pretty, but it's been 10 years since I saw her. Every day, I think about her. I wish I could hold her hand again. Because of her, my house is quiet. We fought a lot. That was a long time ago. I didn't like what she picked. I didn't like her life. I was proud of myself. Those days, my heart was hurt. I believed I was always right. I only wanted to protect her, though. I said some awful things. The words were mean and harsh. She also said some awful things. It was all very sharp. We both didn't pay attention. Our words stood out like a wall. A tall, cold wall stood between us. She left after that day. She changed cities. I didn't hear from her. I didn't call her. There was quiet. Every night the phone was dead. It got colder in the house. Being proud was a bad thing. It was poison. It cost me my only daughter. I lost her and my peace. I feel terrible about what I did now that I'm old. I write in a book every day. It's a simple black notebook. It's my private journal. I don't write about my day. This is a letter to my daughter Hannah. The pages are the only people I know. I write the words. I was too proud to say it. I write about the times I remember her. I remember her first step. I remember her first day of school. I remember hearing her laugh. I write in my diary, I'm sorry, a lot of times. Writing makes me cry. I write that I was wrong. Every page has I love you written on it. I only know her through this book. This book is full of my quiet love. I write my daughter a letter every day even though I haven't seen her in 10 years. This journal is the only thing that can save me now. Hope is the only thing that keeps me going. My body is getting old and weak. My heart is tired. And it's not just old age. It's worn out from being sad. I know I don't have much time left. I'm scared by this thought. I'm afraid to die without her forgiving me. It feels like death is close. Feeling lonely gets closer. I hardly ever leave my house these days. And now a young woman from the library brings me books. Julie is her name. She is nice, and her smile makes you feel good. I only talk to her. She comes once a week. Having her over makes my days better. She tells me stories about places far away. She stays with me for a while. She wants to know about my day. She's a small bright spot in my dark and lonely life. We became good friends. It was an odd friendship, a sad old man and a happy young woman. She didn't know about my kid. I didn't talk about her. It was too deep to open up the wound. It hurt too much. But I got sicker. Every day I felt less strong. I had to be careful, the doctor told me. I knew I didn't have a lot of time. Someone needed to know my secret. Julie came over one afternoon with my books. I was really worn out. I made up my mind. I let her see my secret page. I gave it to her with shaking hands. Her eyes asked a lot of things. This is for my daughter Hannah, I said. It has all the things I want to say to her. Sorry about that, sweetheart. My voice was not strong. I'm sick, Julia, I told her. Please find her if something bad happens to me. Give this to her, please. It's my last wish. Julia looked in the book. She then looked at me. She had tears in her kind eyes. She didn't say anything. She did nothing but nod. It was clear to her. After a week I got really sick. I was stuck in bed. It felt like the end was almost here. There was an ambulance. It got me to the hospital. No one was in the house, and it was quiet. My secret journal was still on the table, though. The next day, Julia came to my house. She knew I was gone. The hospital note was on the door, which she saw. She knew it was time. She took my book. She chose to do what I said she would do. She went to the bookstore. The computer was used by her. She looked for a very long time. She finally found Hannah's address. It was in a big city a long way away. When she saw the name, her hands shook. She said in a low voice, "I will find her." Julia did not mail the book. She knew it was too important to miss. She bought a train pass. She was on the road all day. She looked for my daughter. She was in front of a building with apartments. Her heart was beating quickly. She was scared. She rang the bell. The door was opened by a woman. It was Hannah from me. Even though she was older, she was still very pretty. Julia asked, "Are you Hannah?" "I'm a friend of your father, Gilbert." It shocked my daughter a lot. She was not sure. I didn't know her. Her eyes asked a lot of things. Julia put the book out there. "Your dad is in the hospital," she told him. "He's really sick. He wished this would be yours." She took the book. She took a look. "Thank you," she didn't say. The door was just shut. The job was done for Julia. As she walked away, her steps were heavy. She hoped what she did was right. Hannah sat in her room, which was quiet. It was an old black notebook that she opened. I began to read. She read about how proud and stupid I was. She read about how lonely I was. She saw how much I missed her. She read all of my sorry notes. She read about her childhood. She read about things she had forgotten. She read that I love her. 10 years of silence for a love. It was always there, though. She cried tears of sadness. The book was close to her chest. The tears got on the pages. They got mixed up with my sad old words. The cold, tall wall that was between us began to fall apart. She got my heart for the first time in 10 years. She closed the book. She forgot to bring a bag. She only took her coat and keys. She left her apartment quickly. She took her car to the hospital. There was no end to the road. She drove all night. I was sound asleep in my hospital bed. I was dreaming gray things. The only sound in the room was my breath. A soft voice spoke to me. Someone called my name. I looked around. Coming awake after a long, dark sleep felt like that. I saw her. It was Hannah from me. She was next to my bed. At first I thought it was a dream. She was real. She was here. It was hard for me to speak. What did Hannah say? "Is that you?" She had tears in her eyes. She grabbed my old weak hand. "Yes, Dad. It's me," she answered. "I got your book. I read what you wrote." It felt good to touch her warm hand. "I am so sorry." I also began to cry. "No, I'm sorry," I said. "I was a stupid, cocky old man. Could you forgive me?" She gave me a hug. "There is nothing to forgive," she said. "I love you, Dad." Those words were really lovely. My kid came back to me. My heart felt like it was young again. That was the last time my heart felt at peace. There was no more silence for years. She didn't go back to the city that was so far away. She stayed. She moved back to the place where we used to live. She looked after me. There is no longer any peace in my home. It now has her voice in it. She laughs a lot in it. It has lots of love in it. My life's long, sad winter is over. My daughter is home. The house is warm again. My days are getting better again. I'm no longer by myself. I'm going to stop crying. Love has come back to me. I'm finally at peace. Thanks a lot for your time. Sign up to get more stories and practice.